Welcome, everyone.
Blite Nation, what is good?
Hey, Vito and Liz are coming back
Oh, shit.
at you. He has got something in his
My
eye.
bad, and I got glasses too. I don't know how shit can get in my eye. There we go.
This
Anywho,
is why
sorry.
we use the side shields.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah. I'm just.
Oh, and the
Oh, my glasses.
top shields too,
My
because
glasses
that's
dirty as hell, man. Get these clean so I look sophisticated for y'all.
This is the wildest intro we have ever done for you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're about to talk about some serious shit too.
So we come to you with the Twitter video.
Yeah, Vito pulled up and
This is
told me about this.
actually What is a Woman by Matt Walsh from Daily Wire. It's free on Twitter right now as
Have
of
we,
this
have we
recording.
seen Matt Walsh before?
What is
We
a
have,
woman?
yes.
Okay. You be showing me a lot of people, Vito. I'm
Yeah, I
trying
know,
to
I know.
stay caught up with people.
Don't worry, yeah, you've seen Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh. I've shown
I
you.
like my Walsh.
Then we saw the other dude who was talking about Dylan Mulvaney.
Andrew Clavin.
Thank you.
Andrew
Yeah, the older
Clavin,
gentleman.
yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I love Andrew Clavin. That dude is wicked
And Ben
smart.
Shapiro and
Oh, I saw Ben Shapiro. I don't know where he was at, but it was a video. He was roasting this dude talking about Nick Fuentes.
Probably
Ben
in Israel.
Shapiro roasted this dude.
Oh, he's probably in Israel.
Oh, he roasted him.
But today we're gonna talk about what is a woman. So what is a woman? Seeing as I'm pretty sure Liz knows what a woman is.
oh, 100%.
Do you want me to be serious or do you want me to be sarcastic about it right now?
Oh. You pick.
Because I could be like and say it's hard for me to tell what a woman is when we don't even know how a man's supposed to treat people.
Well, how a man's supposed to treat people has no difference on what a woman is.
Fair point. That sounded more creative in my head.
It did.
Yeah.
Came out.
That sounded more slick in my head, y'all. Sorry. That didn't come out.
Try though.
I tried. That sounded more slick in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess women would boobs in the uterus. That's what I would.
That is a very good definition.
That's what I would say. I guess.
Well,
I don't. If you want a scientific definition, I guess you're supposed to
adult
say.
human female that is able to actually birth.
I guess the birthing, is a pretty important aspect. I guess.
Systems is
Yeah.
totally different from a man's system.
No matter
know?
what you think you
So-
create in a person, it might make a person feel better, but you cannot create life with it.
Until one day y'all women decide, let's go be asexual and make our own stuff. But
But you know what I mean?
yeah. So, I mean,
Surgically removing organs to replace and create neo organs does not
is Neo like a way of saying artificial?
yes
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
is not replicating the actual function of what the opposite
It's like you're fake.
sex is supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying? You're fake.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, with that being what we think going into the video, just a quick rundown anyway.
Oh, y'all gonna hate me because I use sarcasm and comedy to cope with everything.
Well, we'll see what.
So
fine.
I'm saying like because he
And
right
again,
here.
if you see Ian laugh at random parts, it's not because he thinks it's funny. It's probably because he thinks it's stupid.
Oh yes, please. If you see me, if something serious happens and I laugh at it, I'm not laughing at trauma. If you laugh at trauma, I mean, everybody copes with trauma in their own way, but I'm not laughing at like the trauma that people go through. When I see something that's ignorant, I laugh at it because I can't believe at the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
So, like, whether
Yeah,
it's
the same way.
racism, homophobia, if like someone's just so ignorant and not willing to like keep an open mind about something, I just feel bad for you and laugh at you.
Yes.
But
In the same way.
anybody who goes through a tough time in life, that's not funny. Like people deal with serious stuff. But
I'm glad we left the warning up the entire time.
yes, yeah, good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually I didn't even do that intentionally. I just left it
And
there.
again, Daily Wire, we give you all credits to this. We don't care about trying to make money in this video. It's just for
Yeah.
people to recognize. We understand.
So this is
Just don't block the damn video, please. Just leave it up.
yeah.
Just
This
leave it up.
program
Please.
contains discussions of transgenderism, gender dysphoria, and gender reassignment surgery. Some viewers may find the content and imaging disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. All right.
So, Ian, without further ado,
Let's get into this, man.
hit that play button. Let's get this rolling.
See what we got. Excuse me.
Being a dad is one of the great privileges of my life. Give my son a BB gun, and that's just about all the emotional support he needs. My daughter, on the other hand, I've heard people say that there are no differences between male and female. Those people are idiots. I'm a husband. I'm a father of 4. I host a talk show. I give speeches. I write books. I like to make sense of things. But making sense of females is a whole other matter. Even astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, who could come up with a theory on black holes, was completely dumbfounded by women.
Women. They are a complete mystery.
And now our culture is telling us that the differences between girls and boys
Oh my God.
Jeez. The man that probably could figure out almost anything in the world.
Could not figure out women.
You are mysterious creatures.
Yeah.
Even women can't figure out women.
Yeah, men ain't simple either.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And
I mean, in 3 ways. There are 3 main ways to
Ian,
satisfy a guy.
that's
The
my
typical
point.
guy. I'll
Ian,
take that back.
yeah.
I'll take that back.
Thank you.
I'll take that back. There are 3.
Yep.
There are 3 simple ways to satisfy. I'll say this: 3 simple ways to satisfy the average guy.
Yeah. So I'm going to say the most men are very, very simple.
I think it's because we're so women are so emotional that it's just
Say so.
we're everywhere in our heads.
Which
So
is why there's difference between men and women.
exactly how the way we think.
I don't know, man.
How the way
I
men
would say some
listen.
women are emotional because I've seen some cold
Listen,
women.
how the way women
But what
and
men
how
are
the
cold
way
hearted.
men think
Yeah,
are
fair enough.
totally different. This is
So we're
why
talking about the average man and average woman.
So fair
yeah,
enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
This is
Fair
why
enough.
a lot of them are in war. This is why there's feminists
Mhm.
that try to, equality, which is
'Cause
not
honestly-
true because some of them there are double standard,
True.
So
Because quite honestly, Ian, the average man and woman is probably your mom and dad.
Oh God, there's differences in how they think.
You know my point?
Yeah, there's
see,
oh God.
good example right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you, mom and dad, but there's differences in how y'all think.
Same thing with my mom and dad. It's like that.
Guess what? They fit like a puzzle together because they work together. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were meant to.
They're similar in many ways, but they're complete opposites in a lot of ways
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. Because men and women approach situations differently.
Exactly. Okay. Men and women are supposed to be, for what I've seen, we're different. So when we get together, there's spots that men can't do that women could do, and then men could do that women can't do. So we fit like a puzzle. You get what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why natural gender roles aren't social constructs. It's what we've naturally done since we've been
Exactly.
caves.
It's just a natural thing, and then they think they just
Since the caveman days, the men went out to hunt and the women stayed to keep everything protected because the women were able to replace and reproduce humans. Men, you could always replace. Women were harder to replace.
Okay.
All throughout time.
Okay.
boys don't matter. That if you identify as something, then you are that thing. How do we help our kids make sense of this when they're bombarded with conflicting messages about gender and identity? Forget trying to figure out women. The real question is, what is a woman?
Great
As you
question.
grow, your body changes from that of a young girl to that of a woman. Soon, Molly will be a young woman, having dates, going to dances in lovely romantic dresses.
A boy's shoulders are broad and his body muscular, while the girl's body is more curved.
I'd like to know more about different kinds of hormones.
Presence of these hormones in the blood brings about many changes in the bodies of both boys and girls.
Being a woman is one of the things I like best about myself. I think you'll like it too.
I can't even believe that today this is a difficult question. How is this a difficult question?
No, you know what it is? They take the exceptions and they make that like a big percentage when it's not. You know, because sometimes there's women that um they're born more like they have the structure of more of a male. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They look a little bit more like a male than a female, but those are only exceptions.
Mhm.
And they're trying to put that out there like it's a big thing. And you see
It's
what I'm
every other
saying?
person when it's not.
Yeah, when the majority of the time, men are built differently, women are built different, built differently. And you could see how a woman looks like physically and how a man looks like physically.
Exactly. Sorry, just checking the thing for work.
So it's like it's ridiculous that we have to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been like this
I
for
see
how
what
long?
I see why people
Forever.
I see why people get shocked by it, but at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Mhm.
You're gonna have when it comes to sexuality, gender identity, whatever, however the fuck you want to label shit, you're gonna have a whole nother topic of discussion in 10 years.
Mhm.
You can't really do anything to stop it because people who have platforms are gonna find another way to like change the course of conversation. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying I think it's one of those things in life where you like, and just in society, you can't really control.
No, because every like generation or whatever things changes, and then we
Yeah,
have to fight to get what is uh r- what is real back. If you get what I'm saying, what is realistic.
Yeah.
Not this all this crap that was going on in this day. It's too much.
Yeah, a little bit.
it is. It's a lot to comprehend. I think.
But unfortunately, whether people like it or not, there's two genders. You can identify however you want, but factually,
Hmm.
scientifically, two. No matter how you feel, doesn't change the facts that there's two.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because the issue is that they take the exceptions and they want to blow that up, if you get what I'm saying. They want to make it a big thing when it's like those are exceptions. Those are it's a very small percentage.
Again, as Tim Pool likes to say, you can identify as vociferon or the winter mists all you want, but you're still you. You can feel like you're something else, but you can't
Change
change your
what
biologically what you are.
exactly. Because when you die and
Oh,
they
excuse
bury
me.
you and they dig up the bones and
Your bones aren't going to yell back what you actually are.
exactly. But anyways, we should
You ran
continue.
Up in here like Jurassic Park, bro.
I like to
Imagine the
come
bones. You misgendered me.
Like,
Oh my God.
good God. Good God.
Oh my god, a horror movie. Jesus Christ, just thought of a great horror movie.
Triggered people, come
Go
on
away
in.
now.
Come on in,
Yeah,
triggered people.
that's fine. We're just being
out here
realistic.
to
Yeah.
think. Nature seems to always tell the truth, even when we don't want to hear it.
But see,
Truth
isn't that
is-
the truth though? The truth hurts. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. They'd rather be placated and be told a lie so they feel good. Sometimes you need to be told the truth. Sometimes the truth needs to hurt.
Yeah. Fact.
Damn, you don't getting philosophical over here.
No, it's true. Yeah.
I'm not very good at fishing.
Me
But
neither.
what is truth? Is there a truth? Is this what progress looks like? Can my boys really become girls? Do I have 4 daughters? Do I now have to pay for 4 weddings? Is there a son trapped in my daughter's body? If so, how do I get him out? Are any of my kids who they claim to be? Who are these people? Who am I? I better see a therapist.
In the state of Tennessee, I'm a licensed marital and family therapist, which basically means I've been trained up to think about like systems, family systems, how we were raised up, how that shapes who we are today.
So on your website, if you'll bear with me,
Sure.
quoting, you say, I use a combination of approaches in my therapeutic work, including anti-oppression, feminist, and narrative frameworks. I rely deeply on systems theory and understanding that individuals are products of and in dialogue with our surroundings, including our families, broader culture, workplaces, nature, and political climates. What does that mean?
Yeah, so thinking about the modalities that I use, I'm definitely informed by like feminist family therapy, and the ideas that we live in gendered worlds where there are certain imperatives that are placed on us about who we are and what we do based on how we've been gendered. From the minute I was assigned female, I was told, okay, these are the kind of clothing that you're going to wear. These are the kind of the type of play that you're going to engage in as a child, the path that maybe your life will take because of social expectations.
What do you mean by assigned female? Who assigns?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why did
yeah,
she?
yeah.
I can't really comment on it too much because is she playing the role or does she actually have a degree in this?
She's an actual psych therapist.
Okay, okay.
She's a real therapist that people actually pay to see. Yes.
I feel like she used big words that she didn't need to use in that answer.
She's doing that on purpose.
It's confusing. It's trying to confuse
Okay,
people.
okay,
Like me.
okay. All right.
People keep trying to think that you're assigned a gender at birth. You are not assigned a gender at birth. You are assigned your gender at conception.
Well,
Unfortunately,
doesn't it take a minute?
yeah.
Because you don't know what the gender is at conception. Doesn't the process take like a minute?
Well, as soon as it's formed, but I'm pretty sure it's done at conception.
Like Liz, if you don't mind me asking, how long? How did you wait till your kid was born,
Yes.
or did you want to know before your child was born to know the gender?
No, I wanted to wait.
I think now they can actually do a blood test as soon
Yes.
as you know you're pregnant and actually tell you.
So you
Yeah.
so when you're going to your appointments and stuff, and when you were like, I don't know what, 12 weeks pregnant or something like that, you didn't know then. You waited till the actual like day of the birth.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
But yes, I think there are tests now. You can actually, as soon as you find out that you have a baby, you can actually get it blood test to find out if you're male or female.
For me, I'd want to know at the jump. Is that what? Then you got like 9 months to prepare for shit.
Yeah, well, some people like this.
Some people do like the surprise, which that's their choice. Fair enough. Everybody different.
Female.
Yeah, so most times people, when they're born, they're assigned a gender
By the doctors.
Yeah.
What do they base that assignment on?
So basically, it's based on genitalia. So people looking at genitalia and deciding, okay, this is a girl or a boy. And we know now that that sex and gender are so much more than just this binary. Some women have penises, right? Some men have vaginas. That's not how gender works.
How do we know that? How do we know that that's not true? Where did we learn that from?
Yeah, well, I learned that from hearing from transgender people who've said like, oh, I'm a trans woman, and just because I have.
There's no scientific backing up her answer. I heard it from other people.
I get why she's saying the gender you're assigned. That way, only reason why I get because some people are born intersex.
Ian, just because that's a 0.03%.
No, I get it.
That's exceptions.
That's what
I get it.
doesn't mean that the other 99% of us are assigned a gender. Just because there are exceptions.
True. Some people are born up with a straight up vagina, and then some people are born with just a straight up.
Even if
dick.
it's 3%, 97% of us, you can't just change wording and definitions because of 3%.
Because they base this on what.
I see what you're saying. It's not it's not statistically significant enough to.
Exactly. They based it on the big
They're
percentage.
outliers.
And that's why you see everywhere.
And that's not to devalue
that it's
them.
a male,
It's just
male and female. That's what you see
Okay.
everywhere. That's what you see restrooms, male, female. If it would have been a big percentage of what is it, hermaphrodite, right? Then you would see a bathroom for hermaphrodites, and people will, be normal about it because it's.
If it was, if 15% of people born were hermaphrodites,
that's a different conversation.
You see what I mean?
I see what
You
you're saying.
see the big difference there?
Yeah. I see
I'm
what
pretty
you're
sure
saying.
that it's 0.03% of people who are born hermaphrodite. 0.03. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm saying
I see what
I'll
you're
give you
saying.
3%. I'll give you 3.
I see what you're saying. Okay. I see what you. It's like that's a good way to like.
It's like saying because 2% of the population is born blind, everything has to be braille. Everybody has to learn braille now.
Everybody has to look.
Everybody has to learn braille. Every braille has to be everywhere because 2% of the people are blind.
Like, there's deaf people in the world,
well,
but
braille,
not everybody knows.
Braille is everywhere on the special stuff to know the important things, but it's not on every street sign.
It's like sign language.
You know what I mean?
It's like sign language.
Yes,
there's deaf people in the world, but you can go door to door. Everybody in your neighborhood isn't going to know sign language.
Exactly. That's like saying everybody's required to
learn sign language.
because there's somebody that's deaf out there.
Like, I don't know sign language at all, but I acknowledge that there's deaf people in the world.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yes.
Some deaf people don't even use sign language; they read lips. As long as you're looking dead at them, they just read your lips.
That's the same logic with hermaphrodites. We acknowledge they exist, but we don't base everything around them.
Okay.
Just like deaf people, we acknowledge they exist, but we don't base our entire worldview around
because
the world
they could
being
actually, if they want to be a male, they could be a male, or if they want to, they could be a female because they got
I
both.
see what Vito's saying.
I see
what he's saying.
You see that?
But now the thing with that is,
I mean, the braille thing wasn't a complete good comparison because there is technically braille everywhere.
The system.
Sign language makes more sense.
Yes.
What about the system with the hermaphrodite? Right? Let's just say if it looks more like a female, it has both.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the system is?
Honestly, I don't know.
I
don't know.
What do you mean by the system?
The system,
are you talking about the body?
The body.
Okay. I was like, what
I don't know why I keep calling the system the.
I don't know if they're able to get pregnant or not. I don't know anything about hermaphrodites. I just know they're
maybe I should do more research in that.
You don't mess me up because now I'm going to start saying
system. I know. I'm sorry.
But you see what I mean?
I know that
I got to go take a shower and wash my system.
You see what I mean?
I mean, like you're.
I get what you're saying now.
I'm not saying to exclude these people. We include them. We acknowledge they exist, but we don't acknowledge. We don't base everything around them. We base everything around the majority.
I see what you're saying.
If all of a sudden people start, if 2% of the population is born with 11 fingers, do we start basing everything off of people with 11 fingers?
Damn, now in my head, I'm trying to apply this to like race and ethnicity, and it's not working.
No!
It's not working. Because any way you do it is discriminatory.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Which is different from gender.
Yep. Even though they try to put it towards race and ethnicity all the time.
You can't do it towards ethnicity. No. You can't. Because any way you doing it, it's discriminatory. It's just
exactly.
You can't do it towards
exactly.
You can't do it towards ethnicity.
You thought about it for 2 seconds.
Can't do it.
Settle.
I don't think you can.
And there's people that don't worry. We'll get into
Because
it.
now you're gonna because if you try to do it towards ethnicity, then you're trying to say then it's gonna be like, oh, now you're saying only black people believe in one thing, only white people believe in one thing,
Yep.
only Hispanic people you can't do it that way.
Nope.
You can't do it that way.
Happen to have a penis, right? That doesn't mean that this is like who I am as a person, or that genitalia doesn't equal gender. Who they are, their gender expression. That a trans woman is a woman.
With the fluidity of these things, how do I know if I'm a woman? You know, I
That's a great question.
I like scented candles, and
Yeah.
I've watched Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
That's not the
so how
best
do I
way.
know?
Yeah, Matt, that question right there, like that question is like when it's asked with a lot of curiosity, right? That's the beginning of a lot of people's like gender identity development journeys.
If my mom who gave birth to me is a woman, and my wife is a woman, though I haven't asked her, maybe I should. But if they're all women, and also the boy who sits down with you and says, I think I'm a girl, actually is one, then what is a woman?
Yeah. Great question. I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that.
Don't look over here, Vito. Don't look. Vito. No.
Hold on.
Vito. I saw your hand up around the corner. Real Vito.
Boys.
Vito. No,
little
over here with that.
So what is?
Bro. Vito, I know you too well. I was waiting for you to look over here. Vito. As soon as she said, I'm like, give it like 3 seconds. Vito gonna look directly at me.
Oh my god.
Okay, lady, I forget your fucking name.
Credited doctor.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this real quick. I just want to see what's the name? Gert Comfrey. Okay, where I just want to get us back. I'll start us right there again.
Yeah.
This is no disrespect to you. I don't know you as a person. I can only go off what I see on the screen. If I were to meet you right now, I would say miss.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's not to I'm going all I can go off is right now. If you were to if I was to go from this, then like driving down the street and meeting at some like community center and meeting you, or if I'm emailing you, I would say in my email, miss so and so. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect. I'm just going off on what I'm being presented to.
Her name would be Miss Comfy.
Honestly, that's what I would say in the email. I'm sorry. It's no disrespect to you. Like, I'm not trying to personally attack you.
No, not at all.
I'm just going off what I can go off of right now.
I mean, it has the.
But Ian, this is a person that tells other people whether they're male or female.
It shouldn't be you telling them. They should be
Exactly.
like the client should be identifying how the client.
She's a gender affirming therapist. Yeah, let that sink in. Nobody should be telling.
People should be deciding what they want to do with their own lives. You're just there to guide them to the understanding of what they want in their own life.
The people that actually need help, that have the gender dysphoria, that actually does exist,
Yep. Those people are getting misdiagnosed.
And just
Exactly.
for y'all to know, we do not have like degrees in this. We're not speaking as professionals.
We're personal opinions.
We're just giving us our own opinions of
I
this.
mean, we could be freaking wrong, but
Like-
which is.
I mean, I don't
We'll say
have
what
a
it makes
doctorate in this,
sense.
but I'm pretty sure, Ian, you've made more sense in this conversation than this woman.
All I have is I have a bachelor's and I'm working to get a master's. I don't have a
She says she's not a woman, but I'm.
Yes. Please do not take my words for
My opinion
verbatim. I do not have a
don't-
medical degree and I'm
I
not a
don't-
doctor. I'm just giving you my opinion. Do not take my words for gospel.
You don't need to be an expert to give an opinion. We need to stop
That's
apologizing
true.
for
That's
giving an
true.
opinion when we're not an expert in something.
That's true.
Too many people have given I'm getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. You don't have to have a doctorate in something, or be an expert in
To
something
give,
to give an opinion about something.
I feel you on that.
I mean, yes, we have to do it for the stupid YouTube videos and stuff. We shouldn't have to.
That's what you mean.
It should automatically be understood that we're giving opinions here.
Now, if you're gonna state fact, you probably should have like some kind of background to you.
Yes. But we're here giving our opinions based off of what we're watching.
True. Fair. Yes. Fair point.
Mhm.
Fair
This is a
point.
reaction.
Fair point. This is a reaction channel, not a doctor.
What makes sense,
You
you
see
know?
what you just did? People are doing that so much lately.
Yeah.
People attack people. Well, you're not an expert, so your opinion doesn't. No, my opinion still has valid points. You can't degrade somebody. over their
Everybody
opinion.
got a perspective.
Exactly.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Guess what?
I don't know.
As a doctor in raising kids that's never had a kid, has no freaking clue over a parent that actually is raising a kid. Just because
can
you have a
understand.
doctor next to your name doesn't mean you're a goddamn expert.
Well, I see what you say. Just because you have, if you have a doctor in child
Psychology and have no kids.
it's going to be hard for people to take you seriously. I'll give you that. It's like
I will take the father of 3 or the father of 4 over the childless doctor the child specialist.
I see why you would say that. I can understand that.
The father of 4 has more life experience in raising kids than the goddamn expert that's never raised a child.
Why you gotta whisper it, Liz?
Book can only show you so much.
Yeah, you gotta have experience and exposure.
Just because a piece of paper says you're an expert doesn't mean much. Because so much of those pieces of papers you can wipe your ass with. There's so many people There's more people that are out there doing real life things that are smarter than half the people with the piece of paper backing up their degree. There's backyard mechanics that can walk circles around these ASC certified ones.
Liz, what you drinking?
She's drinking iced tea, special tea.
Specialty.
Specialty.
Yes, it's specialty.
Woman, so I can't really answer that.
Yeah, of course he had to
I
do
thought
that.
therapy would make me less confused. Am I the only one feeling this way?
Good God.
I need to hit the road and find out.
He's funny.
I was gonna go interview people.
Yes, this is what
I love the social interviews
that's
of
what this
people.
is. That's what this whole.
Oh, I love this.
We're talking about
We've seen
gender
clips on this thing
in
before. This is
society.
the first time seeing the whole
Let me
thing
start with a
through.
real basic question. What is a woman?
Woman?
I don't want to assume, but you guys are all
Yeah.
women?
We're all women.
Yes, we're women.
So how would you define it, like in the simplest terms?
That is hard.
Yeah, it is. It is a stumper.
A woman is someone that likes to.
None of y'all can just say someone with y'all can't even say someone with boobs.
That's 4 women who
Bro,
couldn't say
bro.
what a woman was. The social pressure, the social stigma of actually just sitting there and saying adult human female.
You could at least said boobs or uterus.
But that would not being able to say trans women or women.
Yeah.
Because trans women are not women.
You gotta say a woman that gives birth.
But Sarah, I
That's-
can't remember her last name. Forgive me, but she said it well on Timcast. Trans women are men who identify as women.
Which is gender expression.
Exactly.
Okay. We trying. We trying to understand, y'all. We trying.
Sarah Higgin, it's a trans woman.
Okay.
She is a man who presents as a woman.
But in knowledge, that is still a man.
Yes.
Which is that's how
She
it's supposed to be.
acknowledges that she is a man living life as a woman.
Yep, because it feels comfortable.
That is what a trans woman is. A trans woman is a biological man living white life presented outwardly as a woman. You are not an actual woman.
Because it wants the lifestyle of a woman.
See?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You can't biologically become something you are not. Just like Blair White is a biological man living life as a woman.
Feel like we listening to ASAP Rock right now.
Yeah.
There's a big difference there.
I see what you're saying.
Trans women are not women. Trans women are men presenting as women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Be pretty and think of themselves as a delicate creature.
I'm pretty indelicate.
Okay.
I could be a woman too.
Yes, you could.
Defining womanhood is just a
Liz,
project
shut
of
up.
someone who
I
identifies
see,
as a
Liz, I see you grinning. Grinning. I see Liz smirking over here. Don't even do it, Liz. No, Liz.
Hey!
Bro, as soon as the image came up, I saw the smirk building up. That's what I was like, shut up, Liz. Let the person speak.
Yeah, but what do they identify? You see what I'm saying? What do they identify as? They identify as a woman, but what is that?
I honestly don't know.
It's a simple question.
How can you identify as something that you don't know what it is?
It's kind of like the people who protest,
It's
but not
so
what they
simple.
protest.
It is so simple that a 4-year-old could say it. Actually, there is a what is it, 4-year-old or 5-year-old?
Ian, that would be
Who's
like
that?
identifying as a Cowboy fan and knowing absolutely fucking nothing about Cowboys. The Cowboys.
Who's a quarterback?
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's
Man,
a good
a
example.
lot of Cowboys, but I don't know who the hell Jerry Jones is.
You would have no idea that who Emmitt Smith was.
Yeah. Or Michael Irvin.
Or Roger Staubach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Let's keep going.
Like, I'm trying to use an example everybody would understand when this type of question is
Yeah.
asked.
Like Lil Wayne got dumb shit down for people a little bit.
You can't identify as something you don't know what the fuck you're identifying as.
That's why I say when people want to protest, just know what you're protesting.
That's the exact same thing.
Yeah, just you gotta know what you're protesting.
He knows the truth. Is that he doesn't want to ruin
His fantasy.
his fantasy.
Because the truth shatters the fantasy.
Exactly.
If you accept the truth, your
You
fantasy's
lied
over.
to yourself.
This is all's first time watching this.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is all our first time
Oh, yeah,
watching
that's
I've
this?
only
fine.
seen like some clips
little
from here and there
clips.
because it's a
Here and there.
year-old.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Okay.
seen that clip.
No, I haven't seen
But you
that at
know
all.
what? The more you keep lying to yourself,
Yeah.
the more you start believing that you're.
You start believing your own lie.
Yeah. That's that.
And that's why when the truth is told to you, it just destroys your sense of reality, and you have to get away from that person as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Because your sense of reality is shattering.
Yes. So I could identify as a dragon right now.
Damn, y'all fucking me up right now.
I'm a dragon.
We're 8 minutes into this.
Yeah, y'all fucking me
Oh
up.
shit! Yeah, that was just.
So why is it so hard to answer? This is going to take some serious investigation.
I can't believe this is such a difficult question.
I know.
For all of human existence, women were understood to be a certain thing. So what changed? No one can seem to answer the question now. Over 2,000 surgeries and counting, Dr. Marcy Bowers is the nation's preeminent sex change surgeon. Surely someone who does sex change surgeries can answer what a woman is.
Oh, he flying to go see her?
Oh,
yeah.
I interviews all these people.
Dr. Marcy Bowers, first of all, thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure.
So you're a world-renowned gynecologist and surgeon. You're also a transgender woman. Can you tell me a little bit
Well,
about?
I mean, I identify as a woman, but
You're a woman, right?
I'm a woman with, I mean, that's my life day to day, but I have a transgender history.
So one thing on your website, it says,
Damn, she
I'm
got a
gonna-
good ass surgeon.
I
Oh,
don't understand what she just said there.
yeah.
Is she
Go back a little bit,
She
because
has a
I'm a little.
transgender history,
so is she a trans woman?
but lives life day to day as a woman.
So is she born
So
man?
is she a male living life as a woman? I'm confused.
I'm confused with that too. Yeah.
Or was she?
That was an interesting way of putting it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That was an interesting way of putting that.
Yep.
I've never heard someone say I have a transgender history.
So wait, detransition maybe?
Honestly, I can't tell if it's a man or
You,
woman anyway. I think it's.
yeah. Well, maybe she will reveal what she was
Talking about that.
in details. Please
Play on Ian. Play on Ian.
clear this out for us.
GAV, gender affirming vaginoplasty.
Mm-hmm.
What is that exactly?
A vaginoplasty is creation of female, a female vagina and vulva. We're altering the physical characteristics of the individual to fit better with a gender identity that is female.
This is all constructed from the penis?
Yes, that's right. The surgeries are quite refined in the sense that they really, not only do they look like female anatomy, but they also function that way, for the most part. I mean, certainly it's a bit of a Faustian bargain. It's not perfect.
Does anyone ever regret their surgeries? Or, well, we know they do, but how often do people regret their surgeries?
Well, actually, we don't know that they do. There are legitimate detransitioners, and there are people who truly feel that in their journey, they may have made a mistake. Now, fortunately, this is a really, really uncommon phenomenon.
I don't know if you've ever heard of people in the trans-abled community. These are people who are physically.
I'm gonna guess the transgender history is her work of working with different individuals. That's my.
Unless she identified as a man for a little bit.
That's because she's not saying anything personally about herself. She's saying what she's done. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing what she's done in
Yeah.
her medical career.
Yeah.
Physically able-bodied, but feel like they should be disabled or identify as such. For example, a man who has 2 arms but feels like he should have 1. If a man in this kind of marginalized community went to the doctor and said, "I want to have my arm cut off," do you think that?
That doesn't have anything to do with gender identity.
Well, it's someone's self-identity, how someone identifies.
That's someone who has and I'll accept it as a mental diagnosis, a psychiatric condition. I don't even pretend to know what aptomenophilia is all about, but somehow it's the idea that you're fascinated or charmed by having a limb or part of a limb missing. Okay, I would say that's, pardon my non-medical language, kooky.
You don't see any? You think this is totally irrelevant?
Okay.
Oh my God.
So wanting to cut your arm off to make yourself feel better is kooky.
So what about cutting off your penis? Isn't that kooky?
To make yourself feel better is not.
You're cutting off something from your body. Doesn't matter where it is. You're cutting it off.
Not something that is going to be detrimental to yourself. It's not like you have sepsis and it has to be gone.
I'm looking. I mean, I guess if I
Because once you cut it off, it's
because
gone.
so say I
It's
don't got my
gone.
arm. Say I don't got my left arm right here.
It's gone.
No. Let's say you have both your arms, but you having your left arm would make you feel so much better. Having your left arm is distressing you out. Like you have to have it gone to make
Yeah.
you feel better.
So say I go to whatever process and I have this removed.
Right.
I mean, it'd be much harder to do things. But like,
Now imagine the same thing with your penis.
Or like that lady that she freaking blind herself. Well, she didn't blind herself. She went to the doctors and it blind her
Yeah.
because
You
She wanted to
know,
be blind,
she
that's
wanted to be blind. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
But
Is the world that ugly? I mean, it's turning out to be ugly. I don't blame her for it right now, but besides the point.
I'm just trying to understand. I don't got the answers for all this. I'm just trying to
Okay.
understand.
But dude, it's she just said that was kooky, but wanting to cut your dick off to
And
make
then,
yourself feel better
but
is
see,
not.
somehow other people,
She made the comparison.
yeah,
Us.
so somehow, to some other people, a male wanting to remove his genitalia is kooky. Same thing for
And
a
again,
woman wanting to.
what you want to do as an adult is one thing.
Yeah.
But doing it to children, I'm completely 100%
Exactly. That's the thing. This is when it bothers me, is when it bothers a lot of people, is when you want to take a step further and do it to the kids. When the kids, they don't know what they want in the future yet. So they don't know what they want. They think they want that now, but then later on they're gonna regret it. I've heard stories about it. You know? You
Chloe
can't mess.
Cole.
Huh?
Chloe Cole.
Yes, yes. She can't have kids now.
Mm-hmm.
She wants kids, and she can't have it.
Yep. You
Damn, this is a lot.
You do understand. As soon as you go through this process, you sterilize yourself.
Once you're like 18, whatever, you're an adult.
That's right.
Even an adult, they have done it when they're like 20. They ended up regretting it. It's sad.
Difficult ass decision.
Do you think a 12-year-old should be making it? Quite honestly, I don't think an 18-year-old should be making that type of decision.
No.
You haven't lived any part of life to make that type of decision. What you make what you want at 18. But do you think a 12-year-old should be able to make that decision?
Because the mentality changes.
Nah, not at 12.
Because, I mean, why do I have to explain this? When you're experiencing life, your mind changes while you're growing up and experiencing life. It's just
how you feel at 8, not how you feel at 13, not how you feel at 18.
Exactly.
Yeah. You might still like some of the same things you had as a kid, but you're doing completely different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might still be playing video games, but you're playing a lot different video games than you were when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I don't play Pokemon anymore.
You see my point?
Exactly.
I don't do that.
You see how you evolve? You still play games.
Yeah.
But you play games.
Yeah. Listen, man, when Doom and Call of Duty came out, I said buy the Pokemon.
You see,
exactly. That's a mature game.
Yeah.
That's just an example. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's insane that she said that is kooky though, but chopping off and sterilizing yourself to make yourself feel better is not. That's all I'm only saying because the doctor said that.
You're saying the way she's comparing.
Yeah, exactly. Because of the way that she made the comparison.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
She said that was kooky.
I see what you mean by that.
It's pretty much she answered the question of what he was trying to get out of her.
But I know, but it's the fact that she said it was kooky.
Exactly, and she don't realize what she's saying.
No.
Yep.
So, the biggest, broadest question is, what is a woman?
A woman is it's a combination of your physical attributes and then what you're showing to the world and the gender clues that you give. And hopefully those match your gender identity.
The critics on the other side of this, of this issue.
There aren't many, but go ahead.
There aren't many who would disagree with what you're saying about.
Well, the dinosaurs of the world are certainly out there. Yeah.
How long have you been?
There's
That
plenty.
made me laugh.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that disagree.
The dinosaur.
She said there's not many people that disagree.
Sorry, that tickled my funny bone the way she said it. I'm sure the dinosaurs of the world.
Yeah.
I get what she was saying, but like, nah, girl, there's a lot of critics about her.
Been running the shop here?
25 years.
Wow. Now, you had an incident here a little while ago that went really viral online.
I saw
Lots
the
of
clip of
reaction
this.
in the public.
Aberdeen Councilwoman Tiesa Meskis confronted owner Don Suker about a sign he posted in his store.
One day I just put the sign up over here, and he came around the corner, and I thought, okay, I recognize him. I says, oh, I recognize you. You're our new city councilman. He says, no, I'm your new city councilwoman. So it was kind of on from there.
You know what? It's bullshit.
No, what you're spouting is bullshit.
No, it's not. Trans women are women, sir. That sign is bullshit.
I've been doing this 25 years. I've never had a problem with anybody, whether they're gay, transsexual, anything.
Now, you're saying councilman, this individual was saying, I'm a woman.
Right.
And you said you're not a woman. How do you know that person's not a woman?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Well, common sense.
Trans women are women!
It doesn't.
Thank you. It's so simple. It's common sense.
That answer was beautiful.
Yes. It's common sense.
Why do I feel like the council person came up in there to start some shit?
Because he did.
Yeah, because of the sign that he had. Oh, it's so offended.
If you're born with a dick, you're not a chick.
Exactly. Simple as that. Why is it so hard? Well,
Why'd you have to have
what
that?
I mean.
Why'd you have to have that little melody to it just now? It's that little,
She's working on writing a song.
oh, a little melody to it. I mean, okay, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this.
As many times as
Vito said this too. Okay, how many times I'm gonna say this? Whether you are gay, whether you're transgender, honestly, I don't give two flying shits. But you gotta understand this. You're gonna have some people in this world who are gonna want to be your best friend. And you're gonna have people in this world who don't want a damn thing to do with you. You cannot walk the earth expecting everyone to vibe with what you're doing in your life.
Wait, Ian, are you saying the world does not revolve around
You are not the
individuals?
center of attention. You cannot ask for special privileges. You cannot ask to be treated differently. In a like,
All you can ask for is to be respected
yes.
as long as you are being respectful.
If you're going into the store,
Acting like that, you're not
you're
gonna be
looking
respected.
for some shit.
You're not going to be respected.
you cannot be expecting to be
No,
walking
this-
into a garden, beautiful garden,
This
throughout
older
your whole
gentleman-
life, okay? You cannot be expecting that.
This older gentleman,
If you get what I'm saying.
okay, whatever his beliefs are, whatever, he is allowing you into the store.
Yep.
He's not saying death to you.
No.
He's not calling you an abomination to your face.
He's just saying something that's factual.
He's just saying something. He's just like,
He's not saying you're not welcome in
he
his
didn't say
establishment.
you couldn't purchase something in the store.
Exactly.
He's just acknowledging a fact.
Okay.
Exactly.
Do I agree with all religious beliefs of Vito? No. Do I agree with all religious beliefs of Liz? No. But when they come to my place, they're not saying, oh, Ian, you're living your life incorrectly.
Not on camera, anyway.
But like, guys, like I said, like Vito and me disagree on a lot of shit politically.
Still one of my best friends.
He's not telling me, yo, Ian, wear your Trump flag, and I'm like, just not me, Vito. He's like, okay, Ian, like, I'm not telling Vito, bro. If I don't see a Biden flag on your car, we got beef. Like, bro, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a shit.
The same thing.
Okay? If Vito want to go to church every Sunday, that's Vito going to church every Sunday. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I just tell people, you're gonna wake up every morning and expect everyone in the fucking world to love you. Get ready for a life of misery.
God, you are going to be in for a world of hurt.
There's people who probably can't stand to be around me. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to vibe with the people who I have good connections with.
Yep.
Why am I going to waste time trying to force somebody to accept me? I'm not going to, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting their time.
It's all about the heart, man.
I don't give a shit.
No. Good hearts are gonna have disagreements with each
other. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But they are.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do you?
They could be more than friends. It could be a family that become a family, even though you have disagreements with that person.
Like,
that's how it's supposed to be, anyways. Because we're not gonna be perfect.
But people like that councilwoman or man or whatever the hell he wants to be identified as, all you were doing was trying to start trouble.
Oh, and especially if you want to do your shit and run on a public platform like us, people disagree with us all the fucking time. Goddamn time.
Sorry.
All we got. I'm not sitting in a corner crying because someone don't like what I said.
I mean, if I could, I've lost count how many times they call me racist. I mean,
I'm not going on freaking Instagram Live.
I mean, clearly,
it could be racist.
I'm not going on freaking Instagram Live and saying, "Can y'all not say negative stuff?" Say what the frick you want to say. I don't give a damn.
I mean, if we had a nickel for every time we were called stupid.
Oh my god! I've been told I'm not black because I don't give head.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
It made no logical sense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was way back in the day.
That was like when we first started.
That got me off guard. Sorry.
When me and Vito got that comment, we've refreshed the page like 15 times to make sure there was no issue in the comment.
Yeah, a black woman sent us saying
it made no sense.
Yeah, real black men aren't black unless they're.
It was like oh no, it was straight black men.
Yeah.
Or the white men of the black community. I'm like,
exactly.
What the fuck are you talking
about? Men of the black community.
I'm like, what? That doesn't make no goddamn sense.
Pretty much saying the only way to be a real black man.
So then I asked Vito, I was like, do I have to be gay?
They were just fucking with you guys. That's what it was.
And I'm like,
I feel like that's doesn't make zero sense.
No, that's what she said. Straight black men,
it was
men of the black community.
It was weird. Maybe the way she worded it didn't come out correctly.
Maybe the way she thought it.
Yeah, maybe
the moment that you had earlier today, that's what probably happened.
I have a couple of those every fucking week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's continue this.
Doesn't the science say that if someone identifies as a woman, then they are?
No. Now that's completely bogus. I don't care if you think you're a sheepdog and you come into my store. It don't matter to me. Just don't come in and try to shove that shit down my throat.
If it makes someone feel better, what about their feelings?
100.
Yo, my man said that with his chest. You're cool with whatever you want to do, but just
don't come force it on me.
Don't force it on,
however you want to live, go through life peacefully. Don't try to expect everybody else to live life the way you're living.
I'm going to show you an example. And you can call me hateful for this, and I don't mean it because this is how I used to be. I'm not that way anymore. I grew up. I remember when I was like 17. There's not many where I grew up, and unless people were not out about it. I remember Vito's from the same era. I remember when queer used to be a derogatory word for gay people.
You didn't say that. It was
you could get. I remember if a dude was calling a gay dude queer, some people would fight over that shit.
It was like calling a black man the N-word.
It was. It really was.
What about the F1? What about that one?
That's always been derogatory. I've never
It
seen.
was always derogatory, but it wasn't as bad.
Put it this way:
As queer?
queer has been
It was the other way around.
queer has been socially like accepted.
Now it has.
Now it has.
Now.
I've
It's the
never been in
shirts.
any socialization where that word was used. The one you just said.
No.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
But before, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Queer was worse than that.
Yeah, like I remember it, bro.
Yep.
I remember kids boys
fighting on the playground over that shit.
Just because they weren't athletic or they weren't dominant at sports, they used to get called queer.
Yep.
And I remember boys fighting over that shit.
Yep.
But now it's socially acceptable. So I get confused. I just want to understand, when did that become a thing?
I know there's a bunch of gay people that hate the fact that it's a thing.
Yeah,
they still see it as a derogatory term.
Like I've seen that. But
I can't wait to see his answer. Go back a little bit for Matt Walsh's question.
let me go back this because I don't know if it works the same way on YouTube. So maybe right here.
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
Right.
And you said you're not a woman. How do you know that person's not a woman?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Well, common sense.
Trans women are women.
Doesn't the science say that if someone identifies as a woman, then they are?
No. Now that's
You good, Vito?
completely bogus.
Oh damn, my man coughed the headphones off. You good, bro?
Yeah.
You want some more chocolate?
Hold on, y'all. Let Vito get his headphones back on so you can.
My fault, guys. Sorry about that. All right.
There we go.
I'm good.
Care if you think you're a sheepdog and you come into my store, it don't matter to me. Just don't come in and try to shove that shit down my throat.
If it makes someone feel better, what about their feelings?
I don't give a shit about their feelings. I'm old.
What about in the Star Wars universe?
Whoa. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something about y'all sensitive people who say, "Oh, you gotta respect." Yo, when people get to a certain age, they don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
They bro. They don't, bro. I got relatives down south who they don't give a damn, bro. But I get it. Once you're 80 years old, you don't give a shit about people's feelings.
Yeah, because you're gonna be gone.
You don't give a shit.
Gone.
It's a blessing to live to 80.
Exactly.
Shit, I'm old. I don't give a shit. Honestly, I don't blame them. You don't care.
What is that? Vegas? I want to go. Is it Vegas?
I think so.
I want to go to Vegas and shake his hand.
Bro, you don't care.
He don't give a shit.
He don't give a shit.
He said he don't give a shit.
Yeah. I love
Jar
it.
Jar Binks, pansexual, do you think? Transgender?
Why would I even care?
If it's his truth.
Well, it ain't true.
You're not a scientist. You're not a gender studies major. Or are you?
No.
No? Okay. How do you know that you're a man?
How do I know that I'm? I guess because I got a dick.
Well, I guess Don isn't overthinking it.
What did you, bro? What did you want him to say?
The most simplest answer
What
you
did
give
you
is
want him to
right
say?
there.
How do you know
It's
you're a
right
man?
there.
I don't know, because I got a dick.
How more simpler
What
do
did
you want?
Can we just in the comments say, what the fuck did you want him to say?
Hey, Ian, quick question. What do you think your dad would have said if you asked him the same question?
Because he got a dick.
Yeah, that probably would have been the same
He
answer.
would have said the same shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, why are you wasting my time with that stupid ass question?
Wait.
Your ass. That's what your dad would say. Why are you wasting my time with a stupid ass question?
You should though. You should and record it. Prompt your phone somewhere in the corner. And
No, I asked my mom one time, just to mess with my mom. And I asked my mom, I was like, "Hey, Ma, are you a woman?" She goes, "Ian, get away from me." If my mom hears dumb shit, she just goes, "Get away from me."
I almost want to ask your mom to come down here and be like, "Can you please tell us what a woman is?"
Oh, they're not around today. They are.
Because we're watching the documentary. They're trying to figure out what is a woman.
I would love to hear her answer.
Don't get me wrong, bro. My parents are from. They're from My dad grew up was born in the South in the 50s. He moved here later. He moved up east when he was like 12. He's he's a little bit old school, but at the same time, he just don't. As long as you're not disrespectful and forcing it on them, they don't give a shit.
Exactly.
But before
they're not dinosaurs. They just of course, yes, they're from a different era of society where a different generation where people who were gay did not talk about it openly. They did. If you were gay, you just went about your business and
you kept it to yourself.
Yeah, you just kept it to yourself.
What you do in your bedroom.
Yeah, my parents aren't walking down the street calling every gay person an abomination.
No,
and that's you're sinning. Like my parents, they have religious beliefs, but they're not saying gay people deserve to die.
Oh, exactly.
They're not. They don't care.
That's the whole point.
They don't
They
care.
live the life they respect.
Yeah.
As long as you respect them back.
It's like one of
civil.
a person that I went to school with. I went to middle school with him and high school with him. They're born a biological woman.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Erica. Always been a tomboy.
Yep.
Always been boys. When she transitioned, her name is Derek. Now we were not surprised.
Yep.
Erica was always boy, and we have everyone. She was always more boyish.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
And even my dad gets confused. Like Erica is always more boyish. Calls Derek.
Yep.
Has no. When we see him, what up, Derek?
On a personal level, that's what you do
Yeah.
with personal people.
It's different if you have to write a scientific paper.
Exactly.
Or if you're having a debate. They can understand that.
When you actually have to make decisions, medical decisions,
Yeah.
and actual stuff like that, your feelings have to go out the goddamn window.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been over Vito's house a billion times. Would you say your family's more conservative?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah. Be telling them to turn on CNN in the goddamn house. It's not my house. It's not my house.
I would say Republican. I'd say we're more conservative.
Yeah. I'm not saying.
But what about independent? What's the difference?
Independent. That's pretty much what it is.
I'm not saying.
That's what more.
I'm not saying Vito must.
I believe what makes sense.
I'm not saying Vito must watch Don Lemon every fucking night. I'm not I don't.
Well, nobody watches Don Lemon. He got fired.
True, but when he was online, saying yo Vito, you got to turn on Don Lemon.
And I'm not telling Ian to watch Tucker.
If I texted Vito, so if it was a serious conversation, I'm like, yo, see what you think about this perspective. He would probably tune into it just for the hell of it. But if I'm saying, yo, you need to watch Don Lemon every week, I'd probably get a text message, fuck off. I'm not telling you to watch.
Honestly, be like, what purpose would this?
Yeah, he would just be like, Ian, I'm not watching that shit. That's fine. I don't want.
Is he doing an expose on something?
Yeah.
No.
But if you're talking about hip hop, Vito would probably tune into it. He'll see what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If he texted me, hey, Don Lemon's gonna have Eminem on. I'll probably watch.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
I don't know why Don Lemon would ever be tweeting Eminem. Would be watching. Mainly to see what Eminem.
Exactly.
I'm saying I don't see why I'd watch that.
Yeah,
but that's the point.
Exactly.
If Ian texted me, for whatever reason, Don Lemon's interviewing Eminem.
Okay,
I guess I'm watching Don Lemon. Hopefully he's fine, figures out how to get together something intelligent to say.
He
admits.
I don't even know if Don Lemon who's an Eminem.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't know.
He's not a.
That's just an example,
Or at the very least, a doctor. Maybe I should go talk to one.
Oh, we flying across? Okay, back across the United States. It's not Vegas. Now
I love this journey.
Where we going?
Boston.
Okay. Oh no, Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're in Rhode Island.
Michelle Forcier, and I
MD.
have a medical degree from University of Connecticut, residency, University of Utah Pediatrics, and I've worked for a number of different Planned Parenthoods for 20 years. I do advanced contraception and abortion as well as gender hormones and sort of looking at the whole sort of schema of gender, sex, and reproductive justice.
So you've done a lot of work in this field. Could you just start by telling us?
Sure.
At what age can a child first begin to transition into another gender or identify themselves as a gender different from how they were born?
Yeah, Yeah. Well, I mean, there's research and data that show that babies and infants understand differences in gender. Some children figure out their
what?
gender really early, and the
Did this doctor just say infants? Ian, you heard that too, right?
I
Yeah,
heard
I
it.
heard it. I think I need a shot because oh my
All right,
God.
let me see how she's gonna explain it.
Yeah.
Back up just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see how she's. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Since we're only 15 minutes in, we'll pause after every like interview, talk about it a little bit. So we'll let
I'll finish the
yeah,
interview and then talk about it.
and talk about it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Unless they something crazy.
It's crazy,
like
yeah.
that.
So we'll let their whole conversation happen. Pause a little bit, talk about it. Let the next conversation.
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, that makes sense.
University
Yeah.
of Connecticut residency, University of Utah Pediatrics, and I've worked for a number of different Planned Parenthoods for 20 years. I do advanced contraception and abortion as well as gender hormones and sort of looking at the whole sort of schema of gender, sex, and reproductive justice.
So you've done a lot of work in this field. Could you just start by telling us?
Sure.
At what age can a child first begin to transition into another gender or identify themselves as a gender different from how they were born?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's research and data that show that babies and infants understand differences in gender. Some children figure out their gender really early, and the reason why we say, oh, that's interesting or important is because they're figuring out their gender identity is not necessarily congruent with their sex assigned at birth.
When the doctor sees the penis and says, this is a male, has the sex of male, that's an arbitrary distinction?
Telling that family, based on that little penis, that your child is absolutely 100% male identified, no matter what else occurs in their life, that's not correct.
So what is gender affirmation care? You're a big proponent of. If we walk through, a child is sitting down with you, is questioning their gender. What's the gender affirmation process?
Affirmation means that as a pediatrician, as someone who says my job is to provide the best medical care for you, is I need to listen really carefully. And how I put it in words for kids so that they can understand it is tell me your story. Where have you been in terms of your gender and your gender identity? Where are you right now? And more excitingly, where would you like to be in the future?
Have you ever met a 4-year-old who believes in Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
So this is someone who believes that a fat man is traveling through the sky on a flying reindeer at lightning speed, coming down his chimney with presents.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is someone who maybe has a tenuous grasp on reality?
They have an appropriate 4-year-old handle on the
Sure.
reality
Agreed.
that's very real for them.
Agreed. But Santa Claus is real for them, but
Yeah.
Santa Claus is not actually real.
Yeah, well, but Santa Claus does deliver their Christmas presents.
Well, yeah, but he's not real, though.
To that child, they are.
When I see a child who, believes in Santa Claus, and then let's say this is a boy and he says, I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone who can't distinguish between fantasy and reality, so how could you take that as a reality?
I would say that as a pediatrician and as a parent, I would say how wonderful my 4-year-old and their imagination is.
Please pause, please.
Oh,
my fucking God. Oh my God.
Damn, you coming at me like I answered.
Jesus.
Liz, I'm not her.
I'm sorry. You said you wanted to see how she was going to explain that.
Wow.
By what she just said,
Whoa.
I think the way I'm perceiving it is she's saying the like how a 4-year-old or an 8-year-old presents themselves when they're talking to her. She expects them to present themselves at the same time, at the same way when they're like 25.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm not the same person I was. You just.
It's insane.
She's saying an infant is going to present the same way at 25.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think
People change.
I
Oh
don't
my
I don't
God.
think I fully explained this when I said earlier, which I think I got off topic and lost my train of thought. When I was younger, when I was about 17, transitioning to college, going to college after I graduated high school.
Not sex. You're not transitioning.
No, like transitioning from high school to
He
college.
is still in.
Yeah, I'm a guy. Like when I was making my journey, graduating from high school, going to last time I checked.
How do you know?
Listen, took a good piss before we started the show. Last time I checked, I didn't have to sit down.
No, you don't have to prove it for the camera.
Okay.
Even though I'm sure there's a lot of
But anywho, for example, in regards to like the LGBTQ community and gay people, I used to say that like, oh, I don't have a problem with gay people, as long as they don't flaunt it. And I realize that's kind of an ignorant thing to say.
No, I don't have a problem with gay people as long as they're not trying to flaunt their sexual life in my.
It's kind of like, to me, that's like saying I don't. It's kind of like a person saying, "Oh, I don't have an issue with black people unless they don't flaunt their blackness. As long as they don't flaunt their blackness."
No, it's not saying that at all. Doing what you do in the bedroom in public.
Okay.
I don't need to see.
So when I was 7, I like over time I kind of felt that was like
I had
an
no
ignorant
problem.
perspective to have.
I saw Dave Rubin and his husband outside, and they were having a kiss or something. That wouldn't bother me.
I'm like, it's like
has no issue.
Like some people, like some dudes, it's like it says a lot about you. Like it says you're thinking in your head a little bit. If you're like World War III grossed out about two dudes kissing, that says more about you than it does about the two dudes kissing.
But some of the stuff that you see on these pride floats, you should not be seeing in public.
Exactly. It's like triple X shit, man. I'm sorry. I just put it
Walking around in chaps?
No, you know why I'm saying it like that? Because there's kids around. They're trying to include the kids so fucking hard in it.
That's okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And let me just reiterate.
To be around that.
I'm not the same narrow-minded 17-year-old. I don't care if you're gay. I've said it on this channel a bunch of times. I don't care if you're gay.
Why are you wearing bondage stuff like that? And you want to include kids?
Yeah, why are you walking around a bondage?
It's not about love. It's about sexuality. That it belongs in.
Yeah, I don't. I will say this.
See what I'm saying? I have no issue with
I
that.
don't think
Don't
it's
include the kids.
I don't
That's
think it's
my issue.
appropriate to be wearing bondage stuff around kids. I will agree with that.
Look at any pride event.
Like I don't think that's appropriate.
Any pride event with children there. All you see.
Now, if you in a house with all adults and y'all looking at bondage stuff, that's 100% different. But like, I wouldn't say walk down the street in front of a kid in it.
You know what? And another thing is the pronouns. You want to force that down our throats with the pronouns. It's like if I see that you look like a female and you are female, but you want us to say he, it's so hard to do that. And then you want to force us to. I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't just force us. Blair White is a different story. I keep saying she because it looks like it looks like a female.
It's like Ian.
It looks like a female.
It's like Ian on IRL.
Right on.
Ian Crossland on IRL has said, if he is at a party and he looks across the room and he sees Blair White, doesn't know it's Blair White, and says, "Oh, that chick over there is pretty hot," and he walks over there and says, "Oh shit, it's Blair White." Yeah. It doesn't make him gay. He thought it was a woman. Oh, yeah. Exactly. His attraction is going to be turned off as soon as he realizes it's Blair White.
Like
you see what I mean?
Straight up, like to me, it's like that's why I keep saying she because it looks.
If you look,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. There's some trans women out there. They didn't go to this fucking doctor. They look good. Like if you first look at them, it's like, damn, girl looks good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know what? It also helps too. I mean, if you are born looking more a little feminine and you actually go the other direction, like you don't want to be
go the other
like you don't want to be with girls, you're actually more attracted to men and then you actually want to transition.
Yeah.
That helps out a lot too. I'm just saying. But those are
like Blair White was the perfect example because she
yes,
it's a man that presents as a woman. If
I
you
see what
didn't,
you
if you
mean.
didn't know who Blair White was and you seen her at a random party, you would think that it's just a random chick.
She went into the freaking male's bathrooms and they were giving her looks like.
Yeah, like
And
Blair
you see
White
how the
has to
way,
go into a
and
woman's
you see
room.
how the way I keep saying she, because I cannot
Yeah.
say him because it looks straight up like a female, but that is a biological male.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
And I respect Blair White because she,
To me, if you look like a woman, I'm saying she. I'm
exactly,
sorry. I'm sorry.
because she acknowledged that she's actually a male, and I respect that 100%.
But if you look like a dude, I'm sorry.
At first, if I've never freaking met you in my entire life, and you walk down the street, and you look like a dude, I'm gonna say he towards you.
Now,
Exactly.
if
It's not me attacking you.
right, but if we are friends and we
And I
cool with
already-
each other, and I'm gonna use your
Yeah, whatever you want to be called, I'll call you that.
because we have a history.
History,
we're
and we have
friends.
yeah.
Obviously, that's human
Now
decency.
people are so sensitive in these
Yeah.
days that you gotta watch out how you say, oh, that the person over there, it looks like a dude. The
Can't
person over
expect
there. I
every
don't
single
know.
stranger
I
to
don't
treat you
know.
like people who know you on everyday life do.
You with the face. You see that person with the face. You with the face and the hair. You with the face.
You with the face.
Aren't kids famous for their active imaginations?
Oh, mine was
Should we
wild
really
when
let
I
our
was a
children
kid.
define reality?
We should pause it there. We should cut this for part 1 and then do like an ending and then start it again for part 2.
What we at? Oh, this is at an hour and 22 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
Okay. So, guys, we're gonna leave it right here.
That was part 1.
This
to
is part
introduce you.
1.
Part 1, people.
Okay.
Please tune in to when we continue this in the next one because the conversation's gonna keep on going. This video is far from over. But if we kept this going, it's gonna be like a 6-hour video.
So, guys, this will be the first part. We're ending this right here. This is the first. This is part 1.
We got 3 interviews in this one for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation to
Yes.
this point.
Breaking it up because this will be too long of a video. It won't.
It's
It
too
won't.
long.
Yeah. It won't fit. But I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation. Let us know what you think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. Y'all know where to reach us at, and we will see you in the next one.
Thanks for stopping, spend some time with us. Hit the notification bell, give it a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
And see you guys on part 2.
Later.
Bye.
Part 2, guys.